Real estate photography is often the underdog of the photography world, living under the shadow of the more glamorous photography niches like headshots, portraiture, landscape, weddings, you name it. Professional photography is more important than ever to sell real estate. The purpose is to sell a property by taking pictures of exteriors and interiors. Photos should show the space, features of the home, lighting, and the layout of the home. If you are new to real estate and architectural photography, here are some general guidelines to start you on the right path. I'm Scott Prokop. I'm a real estate photographer, videographer, drone pilot, virtual tour provider, you name it. Whatever media I can provide to help realtors sell homes, that's what I do. I've been doing this over 8 years now. Photographed 5, 6, 7,000 homes, I already lost count. I just want to share some of the basics to get you started in this great business. So let's start with the basic question. What is a real estate photographer? A real estate photographer is an artistic professional who takes favorable photos of commercial and residential properties. They work with realtors who use the photos to sell properties online. Real estate photographers may also take photographs for home builders, designers, home decorators, or architects. Sometimes a photographer may choose to work with an assistant who helps them with the equipment and editing. Is real estate photography profitable? How much does a real estate photographer make? Like any other type of photography, it all depends on a few variables. For real estate photography, the location and size of the house play a significant part in determining the price. Of course, your experience also comes into play. On average, most real estate photographers charge about $200 or less for properties that are less than 2,000 square feet. You might consider offering video, virtual tours, and more to charge more on the shoot. Real estate photography doesn't require a lot of equipment. Let's go through the list below and see the tools you may already have or that you may need to acquire. First, camera equipment. You'll need a camera, lens, and tripod. This is key. A mirrorless or DSLR camera will do the job. All the modern day cameras will get you professional photos, and if you are just starting out, consider buying a used camera to save money. Anything in the last 10 years or more will get you amazing photos. You will need a wide angle lens. This is essential. For crop sensor cameras, go with a 10 to 22 millimeter. For full frame, go 12 to 24 or 16 to 35. You may hear other photographers talk about tilt shift lenses. Now these are expensive, but they are amazing. They will take more time, so if you are a volume shooter in real estate, these will actually slow you down. And most of the stuff that tilt shift lenses do, you can actually do in Lightroom or Photoshop to fix verticals or change it up. Some photographers use extra lighting with external flashes. You might hear the word flambient. That's a common swear word sometimes some people say, but flambient is a word you will hear in this industry. You will pick a flash that works for your camera and you will shoot the camera off camera is the best. So you're considering shooting one shot or more and you're just bouncing the flash off the ceiling or off the walls. Next, tripod. You must have a good tripod. Consider investing in a carbon fiber tripod because they are lighter. You will be carrying this from shoot to shoot, and trust me, you'll love a lighter tripod. Okay, now that we have all our gear, let's talk about shooting. Techniques include exposure blending, HDR, flash ambient or flambient, or light painting with multiple exposures. Most common are those who use natural light. There's less gear and it's faster to shoot. And there are those who do the flash ambient. You need to carry flashes, light stands, and requires more time to shoot. Whichever one you choose, be the master at it. Remember, you have to do better than what a realtor can do with their cell phone. Also remember to use a self-timer, cable release, or wireless triggers to ensure that there are no camera movement if you're doing multiple exposures, or even the flash ambient. Typically in real estate, you'll be shooting an aperture between f8 and f11 to have everything in focus in the room. That's perfect, you don't need more. Be buying expensive lenses like an f2.8. You just need to shoot between f8 and f11. Shoot on lower ISOs to have the cleanest, sharpest images. Use a tripod to help you with this for interiors. Try to get it right in camera to avoid spending too much time on editing. Let's talk about exterior photos. Take at least one photo from the front of the home. Best shots are usually straight on or an angle. Using a drone on taller homes makes it a better angle and more favorable image. Take a photo of the back of the home and then include 1 to 3 images of the yard. If a home has a pool, consider a couple favorable angles of that. When the shoot is scheduled, we can't control weather, so get familiar with how to replace skies and put sunny blue skies in for those overcasts. Let's move on to interior photos. As a general rule, take pictures of just the house and the rooms. Exclude any people, pets, kids from the photos. Remember that you're selling the room, not selling the stuff. Tell the story of the home, not the decor. Take photos of each major room. Include 1 to 5 shots in each room. More photos should be taken in the key rooms, such as living room, kitchen, and master bedroom. Create a visual flow in your photos. Consider how you would walk through the home. Break up the bedroom shots with a bathroom shot, just to get the mind thinking. Living room, this is considered to be one of the most important pictures of the property listings. You want to make it look welcoming and homey as possible. Kitchen and dining areas, you want to decorate the dining room lavishly, but keep the kitchen area spotless. Make it look pristine. Bedrooms, you want potential clients and tenants to imagine themselves in this room. Making a point to make it look bright, cozy, and inviting. Angle your shot in a way that shows off other highlights of the room, such as stunning view or a spacious closet. Now we've talked about the home, camera height is the biggest question. Avoid too much ceiling. Around 40 to 44 inches is perfect for most rooms. An easy guide is where's the wall switch on the wall. That's where your camera should be. For me, it's about waist level. I'm 6 feet tall. If you're 6 feet, you don't want it way up here. Right about there is perfect. That's the common thing that most realtors will do when they're shooting with their cell phones. So they'll be shooting like this, up high, or the other way. Remember, that shows better. You want to show the room and less of the ceiling and other stuff. Verticals, let's talk about verticals. All verticals should be straight up and down. Verticals should not bend or curve or go sideways. Use a tripod and geared head to get it right in camera. You can correct for this in Lightroom. Exposure, you need to balance the bright windows with the interiors. Bracket your shots to help with the lighting. For HDR blending, take 3 to 5 shots at 2 stops apart. For flash ambient, take as many shots that are required for proper exposure. Next, let's talk processing and retouching your photos. Taking the photos is just half the battle. Before you proceed to export them and print them, take the time to scrutinize your best shots. Then, how you can improve your images even further. Use software like Lightroom, Photoshop to process the images. For HDR blending, consider using Lightroom and Fuse for the best results. To make your photos look professionally photographed yet natural looking, check for the following. Make sure your exposure, brightness, and contrast all look good. Make sure your white balance looks good. The goal is to have your photos look as realistic as possible. You don't want it too cold or blue or too warm, which is yellowish to orange. Watch your lens distortion. Wider lenses distort the edges. Fix all verticals. Crop where needed. Turn down the highlights. You don't want it too bright. Brighten up the shadows. Adjust sharpness to show detail. Fix imperfections, but do not misrepresent the property. That's a big no-no. Consider a photo editing service. Not all photographers are talented in post-processing, and that's okay. The photography part will generally earn you more money than editing. Delivery. To help increase your chance of getting hired by the same real estate agent and other colleagues, you need to make a good impression. Make it a point to strictly follow the turnaround time stated in your contract. Then, if possible, submit your outputs ahead of time. Export the files as JPEG. You don't need RAW or anything else, and size them for MLS in your area. Now you have your files all done and you can send to the client. I use HD Photo Hub, I love them. Great product. Dropbox, Google Drive, or other file sharing service also works great. Now that we've talked all about cameras and sending the files and the photography part, there's the admin part. First, you need an online booking system to save you with time and headaches booking your shoots. You will have to send invoices and collect money. Again, consider using HD Photo Hub for all your admin tasks, including online booking, ordering, invoices, collecting money, and getting paid. I have a separate video just on HD Photo Hub, and it is huge in doing all the management, all the admin management of my job. I love it. It makes me focus more on the shooting, editing, delivering, and not being a bill collector and chasing money. It has worked great. People pay on download. I love that. So that is set up through Stripe. And then because they pay on download, I also set up Stripe. So I get paid every Friday. And that makes me happy, and it'll make you happy too. I definitely recommend you watch that HD Photo Hub video and you will be impressed. And I have a shooting real estate code for 60 free credits, so make sure you use that. Hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have an amazing real estate photography business. Thank you.